Good evening and welcome to this very interesting match between two upcoming very good players in this community, BestNoob and DarkHero. On the one side we have the Warp Spider Exarch being played by BestNoob, a teleporting hero, very annoying, lots of crowd control abilities. And on the other side we have the Warboss being played here by DarkHero. So far, very standard openings for both players. BestNoob deciding to go for a triple Dire Avenger build, which is very powerful, obviously, since Dire Avengers have a lot of starting DPS, which is comparable to those of Tactical Marines. Warp is known to get a lot of map control early on since he can teleport, and we see here that he already has kept this power node, he kept this victory point, and he's now gonna cap this requisition point. First skirmish here, Warboss finds himself some Dire Avengers taking a lot of damage here. Shooter Boys also in this fight as well, and Dire Avengers will have no chance against this but to retreat. Now there's a second Dire Avenger squad, and you can see the Warboss already taking a lot of damage here, but the combination of the Warboss and the Shooter Boys just proves to be too much. Third Dire Avenger squad having a standoff here between the Shooter Boys, and without some support, the Dire Avengers behind green cover and Shooter Boys behind green cover are actually gonna win. Now the Warp Spider is gonna take a shot at the Warboss here, and also will find that he is outmatched, and we see the enhanced custom shooter here, and this was the ability Shoot 'em Good. Knocking back the Warp Spider is very good to control. The Warp Spider is also very annoying to deal with. Let's see if this will be enough to finally chase off the Warboss. It's been very annoying so far. Shooter Boys have been forced off here. Warboss behind some trees, taking some more swings at Dire Avengers, and look at the damage that he takes off of them with each swing, but is finally persuaded to leave here, and Warp Spider can now do his thing by teleporting forward. Now these Dire Avengers have just been waiting for the Warp Spider Exarch, and this is one thing that many people have problems with. The Warp Spider Exarch has a brilliant 360 melee special, which is on a ranged hero that can teleport, which is very strong, and Shooter Boys will have no chance against this. Warp Spider decapping this victory point, teleporting behind some green cover. This is what you always want to do. Always want to be behind green cover, take shots from range. But here we see the enhanced custom shooter again doing work, and the Warp Spider Exarch dies. As a very unfortunate hero loss here. Double Dire Avengers taking shots at the Warboss. Warboss getting very low, will have to fall back here. These shooters are alone now. We see Art Boys here on the shooters, gonna make them more tanky. The thing though is it only mitigates melee damage, if I remember correctly, so it will not save them. And now we have Storm Boys on the field. We also see double shuriken platforms here. This is gonna be incredibly annoying to deal with, especially if they're layered, which they are not right now. Stormboys here will catch these heavy weapons team, and look at the damage they already did to them. That is because the heavy weapons platform is actually heavy infantry, and the Stormboys deal power melee damage, so the heavy weapons team, or the Guardian weapon team to be precise, will take increased damage from the Stormboys. So far map control is pretty even. A few skirmishes going down here, very good placement here, very good idea, guarding these Dire Avengers with a shuriken platform. Sluggers taking a lot of damage. We see the Now I'm Angry ability from the Warboss, granted by the Angry Bits, grants increased speeds, a melee charge, increased speed after the charge, and increased health regeneration, so a lot of bonuses for the Warbers, making him get into combat quite easily here. Shuriken will seek the safety of this garrison. Let's see. Warbers seems to be behind a line of sight blocker here, and will successfully decap this victory point. In the meantime, the Warps by the Exarch, the Dire Avengers, and the Shuriken platform here have successfully managed to take over this entire platform, and the map is looking more and more blue right now. Warbers charging in again on these Dire Avengers. Shuriken platform had to leave because it was very low on health. Dire Avengers gonna come here to support their brethren in this fight against the Warbers, and double Dire Avengers are definitely enough to make a Warbers leave. Stomp being used here, catches only one squad, and the Warbers has to leave. Very good play here. In the meantime, use your choppers has been used on the Stormboys. Heavy weapons team will have no chance and has to retreat immediately, or it will go down. It cannot take a few swings from use your chopper Stormboys, and the Stormboys will take back the victory points here. So far, BestNoob has done a very good job here, getting map control, getting the VP lead, but it is only understandable since he is the Warp Spider Exarch and has a massive mobility advantage on this map. The Stormboys jumping away from the incoming attack here, trying to get a secondary power node. It's not needed. I mean, both players have triple gens right now, and but it's always good to have extra power income. We now see shooter knobs on the shooter boys, making them more durable. They already deal a lot of DPS to light infantry, so big shooters are not needed here. Will come in handy though, come tier 2. And the Stormboys, they're doing a lot of work here. Dire Avengers just cannot stand up to that. And the Warbos was, I think, is just getting ready to use the should have good ability again. And if it catches the Warp Spider Exarch, oh, but a shooter boy squad goes down. DarkHero this must have slipped his attention, because that is unfortunate. Actually, no, nothing went down here. What am I talking about? I must be seeing things. No problem. And Dire Avengers taking shots at this generator. It will take them some time, but they will most definitely get it. And Sluggers with their burners will most definitely be way more efficient at taking down generators. The Shuriken platform is here though, could just turn around and suppress the Sluggers, making this gen bash all for naught. Let's see if BestNoob realizes. DarkHero chooses to just engage in melee combat. You could just ground attack this generator and use the flamers. On the other side of the map, the Warp Spider Exarch is struggling to control the Warbers right now. BestNoob did buy the entangling web, which should help with... Oh, this circuit platform is very low, and one more swing will actually finish it off. And now the Warbers uses Art Boys on himself, but again, it only mitigates melee damage. So Slugger Boys actually managed to take down 3 generators with the help of the Shooter Boys here. This Shuriken platform has actually not turned around in time to save the generators, and now BestNoob is left with no gens. That is not a big problem though, because he is already tier 2 and getting a Falcon, and this node will also go down. DarkHero is behind in tech though, but he got the gen bash, which is very, very important, because now BestNoob is left with a Falcon at best, and every single piece of requisition that he gets from now on will have to go back into the rebuilding of this gen farm. Still, he does have this contested power node over here, generating +5 power, and this is another +5 power, so he should get +20 power right now, +25 power, because I think base power is plus 15, I'm not sure. Falcon will go and return the favor. If there were some Dire Avengers in here, this would go a lot faster, but the Dire Avengers are actually needed up here on this platform. They do have their Exarch now. You see this blue circle surrounding the Exarch. That is the damage reduction aura that he grants in tier 2. The Exarch can be purchased in tier 1 in the current iteration of this mod, but the damage mitigation aura actually activates only come tier 2. That's, I think, minus 20% damage. And look at the damage here. And he uses the custom shoot him good ability again. Should have maybe have it enabled for a second longer, but it actually is enough to kill the Warp Spider again. Tank Buster Barrage here on the Falcon, actually trying to predict its movement. He held still there for a second, not taking the full Tank Buster Barrage, and should get out fine here. Power melee on the Sluggers actually deals quite a lot of damage to the rear armor of the Falcon, but still, it's just Sluggers, so this Falcon should be okay. We see the Swamp Him ability actually reducing the incoming range damage on the Sluggers, making them get into combat with way more health than they would from a normal charge. Tank Buster's trying to catch the Falcon again, but failed to do so. I think he was just trying to shoot into the fog of war. But the map is actually turning red really, really fast. Orks just powering through with everything they have right now, and DarkHero really needs to hold the map control right now because he is so low in victory points. The disparity is so huge. There's a 400 victory point lead for BestNoob, and even though he's being pressured, he can use this victory point lead to recover and regroup. But now he needs to actually... No! Okay, the Falcon goes down. He did not move it in time. Triple Dire Avengers could have actually repaired it quite a lot if it were just behind this line of sight blocker, but he failed to actually micro it away, and it goes down. This truck for DarkHero will prove to be very useful because he will gain a lot of map control, and this Tank Buster Barrage actually kills the War Boss. It's very unfortunate here, a very orky thing to do, to do not think twice about what you're actually shooting, but to just go for it because you love the sound of the Daka that you're actually causing. And the pressure is just becoming unbearable right now for BestNoob. One Shuriken platform is already down because the Warboss took it down earlier, and the Storm Boys are not being controlled properly here, and this truck, as I said before, is proving to be invaluable right now because of all the constant on-the-field reinforcements, allowing DarkHero to stay on the field much, much longer. And he has yet to deal properly with the truck. Warp Spider can use his teleporting to actually mitigate the VP drain that he is suffering right now, but he will at some point, yeah. Just as I was saying that he needs to deal with the truck, he did. He upgraded his Shuriken platform with a Bright Lance, used Crack Shot on it, and then the truck went down easily. Double Dire Avengers trying to regain the contested points on this side, but Storm Boys and Sluggers will prove to be too much, and Sluggers will also mean that you cannot use the Garrison here because they can just use the Burn the House ability. You just saw it. This frenzy-like visual effect here. These Dire Avengers are most definitely not getting out. The Exarch is actually out healing all the damage that is going in. Surely it should have died here. This must be some kind of bug, yeah. Even DarkHero not knowing what is going on here. Even I am surprised. This Exarch should have been dead by all accounts. But never mind. The fight continues. Yeah, BestNoob repurchases another heavy weapons team because he actually changed the one he had left to a Bright Lance, which is now useless apart from capping and destroying structures and vehicles. It will, well, you can use the Scorch Beam ability, which actually makes infantry take increased damage. But yeah, I think that is not what he wants right now. This platform should actually just go to capping duty right now. The map is still looking very red. BestNoob just can't seem to regain map control here. These sluggers very low on health, and double Dire Avengers will most definitely be enough to actually force these sluggers off. But here come the double shooters, and let's look at the double shooters. They're level 3, both of them, and one of them even has big shooters, so the damage is very, very scary that they're dishing out right now. And double shooters and sluggers are actually more than enough to force off double Dire Avengers. And I'm thinking that BestNoob with the VP lead he has should actually not act rationally, because he's trying to go in here with a single Dire Avenger squad. He needs to regroup, use the Shuriken platform as suppression, and then just force his way through here, force off this entire blob over there. Warp Spider is trying to deal with all of this alone here. We see a Weird Boy now for DarkHero. It's a very good choice. Gonna deal greatly. Is gonna deal very, very well with the triple Dire Avengers, and the Warp Spider can use Warp Vomit. Has a very long ranged attack. I think it has range 50, and it deals plasma cannon damage, so it deals a lot of damage. Dire Avengers can just not take a lot of shots from that. And triple Dire Avengers and the Shuriken platform and the help of another Shuriken platform, so he has 3 Shuriken platforms right now, are actually trying to retake this contested victory point here. Storm Boys are just in the vicinity here. They could just jump on this Shuriken platform and then tie up this one, and all the suppression would be done here, but he does not choose to do so. Instead wants to cap this contested power point and full retreats with this blob over here. Warp Spider still trying to retake the platform on his own. I don't think that's a good idea. And that's a lot of movement speed here. We see the Warp Head ability also granting the Weird Boy the Warp Path. Or does it? No, that's wrong. It grants him the Foot of Gork ability. This is also very, very good crowd control ability. Could use Warp Vomit into Foot of Gork and deal a lot of damage to this usually always blobbed up Dire Avengers here. Let's see. This Bright Lance is actually doing nothing to this blob here. And here we see the ranged attack from the Weird Boy. Actually not dealing a lot of damage here, but it didn't hit spot on. And now we see Crackshot on the Shuriken platform. I'm thinking BestNoob was expecting the blob to come in again. He should bait the jump. He should really bait the jump, and he should really stack these suppression teams, because if nice, we see the Foot of Gork ability go down on this entire blob, and this heavy one. Oh god, this Shuriken platform just got so low. It almost got insta-gipped by the Foot of Gork. It went down so fast. This Shuriken platform is not set up to deal with these Storm Boys, and will have to retreat. This entire blob will actually have to retreat. And BestNoob is not happy with the performance here of the War Boss, and concedes despite having the victory point lead over here. The Daka coming out of the Orc army was just too much to deal with. I mean, just wow. I'm thinking he should have just relinquished control of this area to DarkHero and actually take his triple Shuriken platforms to the platform, stack them in a way that they actually cover each other, and then just go for maximum crowd control and retake the platform, because there are actually 2 victory points here. But as it stands, DarkHero takes this game with a very convincing performance. Level 5 War Boss here with the enhanced custom shooter and the angry bits. We have level 3 sluggers, level 3 shooters, We have level 2 Stormboys, did very well to deal with the range blob from BestNoob. Then we have the tank busters who took down the Falcon, was very important. And the Weird Ball also came in very handy, instantly destroying one of the shuriken platforms here. And the Warp Spider just did not have the impact that he usually has on this map, could not use his superior mobility because BestNoob actually chose to always send him here alone, expecting to win against the Weird Boy, the War Boss, and I think Stormboys were up here as well at one point. The Die Avengers did some decent damage, but since he sent them out in a not blobby way, covered by multiple shuriken platforms, the impact they had was just not very big, and it wasn't enough to win him the game. So there we have it. It was a very good game, and hope to see you soon.